Growing up, I always heard my grandmother say it's more important to know your enemy than your friend. From a young age, we are taught what's bad for us in life and health, but the real danger often lies in the habits we have long regarded as symbols of prosperity and happiness. In my 25 years as a doctor, having learned in 5 countries and seen thousands of patients, I have realized that the extra health risks for Indians come from 3 seemingly innocent culprits: sugar, comfort, and late night habits. To ensure that these 3 traps don't catch us out, let's relearn together how to avoid them. After all, as Granny used to say, forewarned is forearmed. The sugar sabotage. In a country where love is expressed with "have a little more rice" and celebrations are marked with sweets, talking bitterly about sugar might not be well received. However, the truth must be acknowledged. Organizations such as United Nations have identified 3 major causes of deadly diseases: tobacco, alcohol, and third culprit is excessive calorie and sugar. Amongst these, tobacco and alcohol are somewhat sidelined in society, but the notorious criminal sugar proudly parades around defying all restrictions. Scientific evidence of sugar harm is undeniable, yet, even today, festivals seem to be incomplete without sugar like mishti, sheer kurma, or cake. In India, newspapers celebrate characters like Mithai, who once delightedly consumed 40 rasgullas and 17 luchis in a single sitting. The Indian love for sweet is well known. However, the time has come for some introspection. The future illnesses and hospital bills lurk behind the facade of a 50 rupee slice of cake or pastry. Ironically, India, the country where sugar's victory march began 2000 years ago, witnessed the harassment of Revanth Himatsinka by world-famous company Cadbury for speaking out against sugar's crime. Sugar addiction is such that multinational companies make massive profits from selling sweet foods. Therefore, when anyone points a finger at them, brands like Horlicks and Bournvita gets furious. Ultimately, Himatsinka won the legal battle against Cadbury. Even many Indian sugarcane farmers have realized that sugar's future is bleak. The harvested cane now goes towards producing motor vehicle fuel and alcohol. Yet, we do not hesitate to have a bit of sweet or gift a pack of sweets whenever we get the chance, just because it is convenient and easy to reach. We are quite aware of the dangers of tobacco addiction, but sugar similarly makes us crave more sweets, leading to overeating and calorie overload. Eventually, sugar disrupts various brain chemicals like leptin, ghrelin, and dopamine, constantly signaling the brain to eat more and more, especially sweets. However, sugar addiction is an innocent crime. Worldwide, more people die from diabetes and obesity-related issues than from famine. Yet, there is little concern. Meanwhile, research findings are conclusive and compelling. Everyone knows that diabetics should avoid sugar, but the idea that sugar can trigger diabetes has long been dismissed as a myth. However, a 2010 study published in the Journal of Diabetes Care found that the sugar consumption increases the risk of diabetes by 26%. This astonishing research finding is supported by a 2015 meta-analysis study published in the British Medical Journal, which involved 2011 million people. Indulging in sugar eventually leads to such intense weight gain that even stopping sugar intake cannot change the future. This research by Vasanthi Malik from Harvard School of Public Health was published in a Journal of Clinical Nutrition. A 2014 study by Young further confirmed that regular sugar consumers have a 40% higher chance of dying from a heart attack. Nowadays, an ultrasound often reveals fatty liver in someone or the other, with sugar being a major cause. But the most disheartening findings comes from 2020 British study. Continuous sugar consumption increases the risk of cancer, including breast cancer, by up to 22%. So, when uncle brings a beautiful white rasgulla for his nephew from a neighborhood shop, he might not even realize what he is gifting his beloved child in that shiny wrapper. I believe that with the right information, we will be more cautious. The innocent crime number 2, slothing on sofa. It's as if being Indian means you must have a bit of tummy. Without that touch of glamour, one seems unfit for society. They even call it happy belly, a sign of prosperity. We just don't have time for ourselves. For example, our mothers and aunts have become today's role models of self-sacrifice. From packing their husband's lunch, helping with their daughter's homework, hanging clothes to dry, to handling office politics, they find time for everything. Even when exhausted, they never stop. As a result, at the end of the day, there is no time left for themselves. After a tiring daily struggle, there is no energy left for exercise. Moving from one room to another, catching a train or an auto, hopping, running, panting, it seems like that's enough exercise. But this exhaustion does not count towards physical improvement. This reluctance towards exercise points a big question mark over our future. Oh my God, you do so much for your family? Such praises from neighbors often overshadow the yearning for regular exercise. It might seem like their sacrifice will keep the family running smoothly on fuel for years to come. But that's a false hope. Why? Let's take a trip to Spain for answers. Just a couple of hours from Madrid, the capital of Spain, lies the fortress city of Cuenca. While Cuenca is world famous for its natural beauty, it holds a special place in our hearts for another reason, its research group. A study published in July 2024 in BMC Public Health Journal shows how regular exercise or paying a little attention to oneself can secure our future, increase our lifespan, and reduce heart problems. We hear the same message echoed in a 2012 research paper by Physical Activity Series Working Group of the prestigious medical journal The Lancet. Dr. Lee and his team mathematically proved that a major cause of illness is a lack of exercise and not taking time for oneself. In 2013, Vasanthi Malik of Harvard School of Public Health showed how the glamour of middle-aged weight gain hide significant health risks. A September 2024 report by the Times of India highlighted that 200 million Indians are inactive when it comes to exercise, with urban women being the most affected. So, let's make a change while there is still time. Third, midnight mischief. The perils of staying up late. Some people stay up late for just fun, binging Netflix, chatting with friends, or sneaking in some study time while secretly courting their sweetheart over phone in the quiet of night. Others burn the midnight oil genuinely studying or working. Some have no choice but to work night shifts in hospitals, police stations, or newspaper offices. I myself stayed up many nights studying during my student days. Back then, I believed the silent, undisturbed night was perfect for focused study. I earned accolades from friends, teachers, and relatives for those late night efforts. But now, reading research papers, I realized that waking up early in the morning instead would have yielded better results and left me feeling more refreshed throughout the day. Yet, we have long celebrated the unhealthy habit of staying up late, treating it as a mark of honor. I too am guilty of this. And even now, my medical profession often demands late nights with no escape in sight. However, research by Pitcher and Morris, published in 2020 Frontiers in Psychology journal, proves that late night habits not only harm your physical health, but also lead us to make poor life decisions. It starts with a lack of self-discipline and reduced mental alertness. You may be surprised to learn that sleep research pioneer Eugene Osirinsky tragically died in a car accident while driving home after a hard night of work. He fell asleep at the wheel and crashed into a tree. Dr. Lowe's 2024 study introduces us to a survey of nearly 74,000 people. It shows that those who wake up late in the morning are 20 to 40% more likely to suffer from depression, anxiety, and various mental health problems. Late night work is also linked to obesity, menstrual problems, high blood pressure, diabetes, and even cancer. Excessive late nights and consistently waking up late can disrupt the circadian rhythm governed by the suprachiasmatic nucleus, ruining our body's metabolism. The body loses track of day and night, causing nerves to misfire, leading to weight gain, impaired decision making, cardiovascular and bone issues, hidden depression, and increased risk of cancer. What else do you want? Most importantly, this confusion between day and night can disrupt the methylation of DNA responsible for protein synthesis in our body, significantly increasing the risk of cancer, especially in women. In 2023, Silva and Costa published a meticulous research paper titled Consequences of Shift Work and Night Work. A literature review. You don't have to be a doctor or nurse to read it. If you know English, you can enjoy this enlightening read. Here is the link for those who are interested below. If possible, try switching from night shifts to regular shifts. As you progress in your career, gradually avoid night shifts. Embrace the peaceful darkness of the night for sleep, aiming to wake up by 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. Ensure you get at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep each night. That's all today. See you soon with another video research very soon.